Hey BrickBloggeteers, Will here, and today we're looking at set 10358, Transformers Soundwave. Now, this is a fairly expensive set at $179.99. So let's see what you get. You do get a plaque with a little micro build of Soundwave transformed. This front little tile here is printed, however, this is a sticker. And you do get a secondary printed tile in case you want him to switch sides. There's no transforming in this little micro element. You also get two cassettes. You get Laserbeak and Ravage. Now they do transform, however they are fairly delicate, so expect them to break apart a lot when trying to transform them. One thing I do like to keep them in their robot form is there's the extra guns, laser guns that go mounted onto them. This is how it was in the original toys, where you get these extra sets and then you have to store them somewhere when they're in cassette form because they look weird in cassette. So I like to keep them on the robots and I don't have to find a place to store the guns. As it is, I have to put the tile buried somewhere else. But they do transform, and these are probably the more popular cassettes that were sold separately at the time of the toy. All right. Soundwave itself. Now, I like to start out in the transform position because this is actually a more stable version. There is one element in here that I changed from the model, is I put two of the red, where did I put them? Oh, right here. Put them on the red slopes here. These are his alternate eyes. So this is not necessarily supposed to be there. He comes with yellow and red versions to show whether or not, I guess he's mad. So I kept the red ones out and I just put it next to the eject button, which does work, since it kind of fit on the front. Now, as for printed, this main window here is printed. Everything else that you see that has labels are stickers, so there is quite a few stickers in this set. All right, and if you do choose to transform the smaller robots into cassettes, they do fit in here. Now, one feature that hasn't been in any toys until now is the sound brick, and the play button is what you push to operate it. The sound brick is in the back and it's locked in with this frame. As you can see, the back of the transform version doesn't look the prettiest. In fact, the sides also look a little rough in respect. Not terrible, but you definitely want to keep it front facing if you're keeping it in the transform version. Now, the thing I do want to cover in this video mostly is how this thing transforms. So let's go over the various steps. First thing is you're going to want to pull off his weaponry. That does mean this one is hooked onto an axle. This part of the gun is hooked on with a clip, which will fit into that to form his full gun, that there's a spot for that axle to fit in. So let's set it aside. And a shoulder mounted gun. This is just a brick. You might want to keep a brick separator handy because sometimes this brick comes off. Separate that. That will get mounted onto his shoulder right there. All right, now the rest of this should be just stuff we manipulate. First thing you need to do is unlock the legs, which are held on with the shoulder joints. There are clips on the leg, or bars on the legs and clips on the shoulder joints that get unclipped. Okay, then you can fold down the legs and turn it around. I then like to put the little panels that are up here, they get folded back underneath the legs, so they're going to be on its back. Then you can rotate these legs forward And let's unfold the feet. So there are coverings on the ends that fold back on each side. Now we can fold out the feet, which will unfold the shin panels. Now we can straighten him up. Now there is one element that is a little rough about this, is if you put him too straight on, it puts pressure on the feet, and there's a lot of heavy weight that goes forward, so he might fold up on you. So I do recommend kind of putting these legs at an angle and maybe engaging some of the knees, because right around this section there is a joint for the knees to bend his knees, and if you spread them apart, there are underneath the feet tires so that he has some grip at the front and back. So it's fine if he's at a little bit of a stance in order to hold himself upright. Okay, now we're going to fold the shoulder elements forward, and they clip into the body. Next, the hands are folded back at this L type angle, 90-degree angle. They fold in forward. And now we can reposition the elbows using the ball joints around the shoulders. On this hand, there is the bush, which is what the gun can clip into. And that's one of the reasons why you have so much, see, forward motion, and you need to be careful about how he stands. As for his head, there is a case back here that opens up. Now it's only 2 locking hinges, so if you're a little too fast with it, this whole back section can come off. But this will rotate up and forward. Then you can close that. Then you turn his head around. And put that in place. And there you have set 10358 Soundwave, along with Ravage, Laserbeak, and a micro version of himself transformed. 180 bucks is expensive, but you're really paying for a lot of nostalgia, and this is a better toy than the original toy because it has the sound brick, and it's bigger, and you get more robots. So, 10358 Soundwave.